And now let's have a look at NCRT questions of the chapter. The first question: the author has used gentle humor to point out human foibles. Pick out instances of this to show how this serves to make the piece interesting. So, students, the instances of humor used by the author make the eccentricities and without making any direct or and rude comment on anybody. For instance, the author portrays the makeup artist and the usage of pancakes in an interesting way. Even the caricature of Subu is hilarious. The way he tries to help his principal by offering quick solutions to his problems is quite amusing. The episode of a legal advisor that inadvertently causes the end of an actress's career is yet another example. The frustration of office boy and the superficial praising of Gandhi, hatred of communalism, and the mystery surrounding Stephen Spender. And you know that how people are when they are trying to understand what Stephen Spender is speaking about, they cannot grasp a bit because they can't understand the accent, and some others are some of the instances where the author has incorporated gentle humor without being rude, without being without showing us any character's image in a negative way, and he's created a lot of humor. So next question is, why was Kotamangalam Subbu considered number 2 in Gemini Studios? Kotamangalam Subbu succeeded in securing place closest to boss by means of flattery. He was not as brilliant but a cheerful person, and he had that versatility, and he was exceedingly loyal to the boss. He offered solutions whenever the box was in fix. Thus other employees considered him number 2 in Gemini Studios. Like, he was brilliant and he knew how to fix anything anytime. So that's how he secured this position of number 2 in the studios. Next question is, how does the author describe the incongruity of an English poet addressing the audience at Gemini Studios? Here you know who the English poet was who visited Gemini Studios. The English poet was addressing the Tamil audience at Gemini Studios in English with a typical provincial accent. He was talking about the thrills and travails of an English poet to a dazed, silent audience. These people, they were not able to make out what he was speaking. There was the incongruity because the audience could not understand him at all, and they seemed least interested at some point. Even he himself was like, he looked so uninterested because he could not, he was not able to get that attention of his audience. Next question is, what do you understand about the author's literary inclinations from the account? See, students, here the writer was a prose writer. He wanted to send a short story for the short story contest organized by the British periodical by the name of Encounters. So here we can get an idea that poet Ashok Mitran, he had that inclination towards prose writing. And now we have here talking about text. This is like discuss in small groups, taking off from the points in the text. So there's something very interesting. Film production today has come a long way from the early days of the Gemini Studios. So you get very well write about the journey of movies in India. Film production is more technical nowadays. Earlier only 5% of shooting was done outdoors, but now that almost 95% of the shooting is done outdoors. The cameras and other equipment are more advanced, allowing far more varied and accurate presentation. The quality of makeup has improved by many folds from the days of Gemini Studios, where only pancake was used. The people involved in various departments are experts in their specialized work, be it director, producer, lyricist, or the actors. The overall quality of the film is more striking and lively. You can write a lot about it, and write about your own experience, how you have actually seen things changing in recent times. And this filmmaking in India has actually come across this long journey where they're having technological advancement and changes. Now, poetry and films in Indian poetry and films are intricately linked. The people at Gemini Studios all claim to have the talent set poet. The main reason behind it was their monotonous and leisurely life at studios. How these people were not knowledgeable or educated enough to be poets. Unlike poetry, films can be enjoyed by people with little resources who cannot afford to cultivate taste for poetry or literature. And see, this is the difference between poetry and films. Poetry is not everybody's cup of tea, and film can be enjoyed by their mass appeal, they can be enjoyed by everyone. Now, children, humor and criticism. The story is interspersed with instances dipped in subtle humor. The humorous instances, however, make interesting and relevant comments on behavior of general people. A humorous story has more readers. A humorous film has more viewers. This is because they provide entertainment and respite from the tedious existence. Criticism by means of humor is more effective. Hence, writers and filmmakers often make use of humorous elements in their work and make sarcastic comments and criticism, but in that funny way and all. Now, what is this? Noticing transitions. This piece is an example of chatty, rambling style. One thought leads to another, which in turn developed upon at length. Read the text again and mark some transitions from one idea to another. The first one is indicated below. See how makeup department, that author is telling us about this hierarchy in makeup department, and then when he's talking about the office boy applying makeup on crowd, then he jumps to office boy, and when he is talking about office boy, then he says that office boy's frustration is always towards Subu. Right, so you can also try to find such kind of examples in the text. There are many. And then writing part, you must have met some interesting character. Definitely, we live in a society, we come across a lot of people, and sometimes even in our neighborhood among relatives. Write a humorous piece about their idiosyncrasies, and try to adopt the author's rambling style if you can. So here also you might have noticed people with their idiosyncrasy, like their unusual way of behaving, thinking, talking, and if you have noticed it carefully, try to adopt the author's rambling style and write about it. And this will be definitely a good exercise, and it will improve your writing skills. And this is end of your NCERT questions. We will be picking up some important questions from the board point of view, both short and long answer type.